Good evening, my name is Shelley McGehee, and this is my Module 3 video discussion post. I chose augmented reality because it seems to fit the subject that I teach a little bit better. I teach language arts to fourth graders, and right off the bat I can see how augmented reality can fit the learning styles of many of the students. With it being a tool, a kind of a tool that allows students to play with the natural world without actually being in the natural world, I believe it can meet those needs of all those learning styles. In one of the videos by Tim McGoffrey, in his video Augmented Reality in the Classroom, he states that there's no need for permission slips to go to the zoo anymore because you can just bring the zoo to the classroom. So I thought that was a good analogy to put with augmented reality. One of the apps that I looked at was Aurasma, and I was immediately amazed by the possibilities of using this app. My mind was immediately drawn to bringing vocabulary words to life as a teaching tool to my students. We give cumulative and bi-weekly vocabulary tests, and as we learn a new topic by unit, we'll add 5 more or 7 more vocabulary words, and they have to remember the meanings of those. Well, a lot of times the kids can just memorize those words and they don't mean anything, but if you can somehow, bring these words to life. Right now we usually just use, pictures to illustrate the word, but bringing that word to life with action, with this Aurasma app would make it much more meaningful to the students. So vocabulary words was one thing that I thought that would be a great teaching tool for my students. Additionally, for my students to do as a project, I thought of them creating a learning wall or a learning bulletin board out in the hall where they can tie in social studies or science that usually goes with our selections that we read, to not only teach my class but to teach the rest of the fourth graders who are usually on the same story at the same time. So giving that story a little bit more meaning than just being a story, and learning the story skills behind it, bringing those stories to life, giving them social studies background information or science background information. I thought it would make it much more meaningful and be with the students doing it themselves, makes it much easier for them to remember.